as I cross in front of the camera. First of all, I'm going to get to the structure of this. This is going to be life in the pursuit of flight. You know, I often wondered, when somebody has somebody close to them who passes, you know, you almost feel, or I do, almost feel funny. I mean, does it help when you say, I'm sorry for your loss? And, you know, I have to say, in all honesty, yes, it helps a lot. Just that simple act, in my case, meant so much, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and it's so interesting, this media, YouTube, people from Australia, England, you know, all over the U.S., so kind to express their condolences, your condolences. I appreciate that. Well, I'm rushing around. I forgot that we have our first program tomorrow here, 9:45 in the morning, College for Kids. So I have to get the fire circle ready. I had to rush back home. It's 9:30 or so right now. I have to finish doing shredded bark, of course. You can never do too much shredded bark in the fire circle area. Get together the firewood for the fire circle, figure out the stories I'm going to tell, but such is life. As far as airplanes, I don't know if I mentioned this. I got into this because I was a kid, bought my dad a Christmas present because he mentioned he liked building model airplanes when he was a kid, and it wound up in the closet. And so me being me, because he didn't build it, I dug it out of the closet, built it, didn't sand it. It was a Newport 17 model, a Gillows, or some people say Gwillows. And I put it together without sanding it, covered it. It was rough, but thus began my eternal joy of building things that fly. They have nothing to do, I'll talk about this a little bit, nothing to do with like nature-based programs, but you know, I've got these Good Kids, College for Kids is a great program. You know, I usually forget they're coming and then put together a 2.5-hour program for them on the fly. But they're such good, interesting children that, you know, anything goes. And because how many young people nowadays see something like this, or the finished one I did, that little Pete and Pole air camper, who knows? They'll be able to touch it. You know, this is rugged enough. 5.2 ounces so far. It's almost weightless. The thing almost flies without covering the wing. But you can see how amazing this thing is. I have to put more gussets in here, finish the gussets, these triangular things, between the ribs and the trailing edge, and then sand them. They're going to be rounded. Then sand the leading edge, get everything all ready, cover it, and I figured out what size electric motor to put on this. Ordered one on the way home, of all things, stopped in a rest area. Ordered an E-Flite 400 brushless motor, but then I guess they've been discontinued, so the seller refunded it, but I'm going to shop around for an E-Flite 400, and that should power it nicely. And even though the fuselage is quite narrow in here, careful cutouts, receiver, speed control, servo, battery should all fit neatly in here. I might do hatches if there's enough room, might not. But there it is, roughed out. The Carl Goldberg Viking, high thrust, free flight. And I can picture with a hot half A engine, half A, categorizing engines according to size, 049s, 051s, that at 5.2 ounces uncovered, silk span, heavy tissue, that actually those little hot engines would be able to lift this thing straight up. This is going to be a gliding monster. Look how short that nose moment is. You can definitely see the center of gravity is back here, but it's designed to speed up because of lifting stabilizer in bad air, and as soon as it hits a thermal, an updraft, slow down so it doesn't escape it. The thinking behind this, including this undercambered airfoil, do an internet search for undercambered. I forget the number of the airfoil. It's definitely not a Clark Y. These wings have the lift and the penetration through air to really make these things as good as any modern plane. I'm going to say it. These are as good as any modern plane. Better because it's made out of wood, just like Bose. There it is. Yeah, you've seen this before. This is going to be the flat earth too. I like this. It's so campy. You know, personally, whatever. You know, you're a globber or you're a flat earther. You know, I can't get my wife to eat broccoli, but I still love her. So, you know, disagreements are okay. I'm impressed. This is good. It's a good flyer. Even I'll be able to fly it with my stunted abilities in controlling radio-controlled devices. Have a good one. I shall continue on my quest to prepare for college for kids. It's going to be fun. It's always fun. It's always fun. It's not a job. It's a lifestyle. Thumbs up.